Peace and blessings. Namaste to all light warriors, workers, and everything in between. It is I, Sophie, today, and I'm taking a break from this warrior goddess training so that we can focus on this equinox that's coming up on the 22nd, okay? This is the time that all light warriors and workers need to be manifesting, meditating, and praying for the outcome, the optimum outcome of our world, and especially in the United States, okay? First of all, congratulations. I bless and I am so grateful to the UK, to France, and to South Africa, okay? Because they are fighting for their freedoms. They're fighting against this tyranny, and they are winning. So now, US, what are you going to do? See, it's not enough to simply say, we're just going to wait things out and see in divine timing. No, that's what they would want you to think. Your enemy would not want you to stand up and fight. Okay, so let's think about that logically. So the more issues of being passive, then what you're actually doing is agreeing to what's happening by omission. If you don't want to fight for your freedoms, also in the words of my brother Ralph, you either fight for what you have or cry later for what you've lost, okay? Here's what we need to be focusing on as a collective up until the 22nd. No forced masks mandates. No forced vaccines. I do not comply or agree with being injected with poison as a guise of fighting poison. Understand when I say this, I am very comfortable with my immune system. And if you're a light worker, a lot of you know a whole bunch of herbs and you will be absolutely fine. And if you're not a light worker, find one. I know some master herbalists as well. Okay? So we can find those. All right? But what I'm saying to you is nobody has the right to force you to take something against your own will. Do you understand? Some of you can have allergic reactions to that. Who is going to take responsibility when these injections go wrong? Is your government going to pay you? Is your businesses that are forcing you to take this, are they going to be liable if something goes wrong with you? Chances are they're not. So you need to be taking care of yourself during this time, all right? And understanding that your body can heal itself. 99.89 or 86% of COVID cases are recoverable, all right? So you need to know that too. Number 3, these 5G networks that are all in our schools with these terrible frequencies, you need to be focused on getting those out too, okay? You also want to focus of a restructuring completely of your departments of education, your curriculums, okay? You also want to focus that any type of corruption that is going on in your government system is going to be exposed and exposed now, okay? Not in the future. We want to remove those who threaten this earth with destruction. We came here to stand against the plans of the NWO, okay? And what are the plans? To depopulate the earth, okay? To 500 million people from 7.6 billion trillion, okay? So we're talking about millions of lives being lost. I am all for unconditional love until it's time for war. It's time to. Okay? And so now we have to transition into that, because what are we fighting for? We are fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves. We are fighting for our children. We are fighting for the elderly. We are fighting for our brothers and sisters. We are fighting for those who have been stricken with fear. Understand something. Everybody who has taken the jab are not bad people, or not unrighteous people, or evil people. They're not. Some of them was forced in a position that they didn't think they had a way out of and tried to pray their way through it and asking for divine protection. It's easy to say to others, just don't take it. But it's harder when you put yourself in their shoes and realize that they have livelihoods and families and they're afraid to leave it because then they feel like they're neglecting their responsibilities, you see. So we have to have empathy and sympathy for our brothers and sisters as well. And this is why we need to go ahead and stop this. Voluntarily, free will, they can ask that you take it or that we take it for the betterment of humanity. But we already know that that's not the case, because we already know that the case for humanity was to depopulate it. So why would I think that they have my best interest at heart right now? So we're getting rid of them, okay? The dark leadership, shadow governments, things that are going on behind the scenes, all right, that is pushing our world into this new world order type thing. We are standing against them as well. Use your voices. Use your voices to get this done. London, UK, France, South Africa. There's more coming up, but the United States, you have prided yourself in being the leaders. And here you are, sitting around being pacifists, saying, we're just going to let everything go. And some people volunteer to come here and get beheaded. I only get frustrated when we don't have the ability to actually see things for what it is. So many doctrines flowering all around here and there, and we want to gravitate to the ones that make us feel good. We want to gravitate to the ones that have all love and light and beauty, and because it makes us feel safe. Okay, so when we gravitate to the doctrines of just being just being high in our frequency and love and letting the chips fall where they may, what you're really saying to the universe is, I'm okay. I hope you are too. We didn't come here to have that type of mentality. Do you understand? Free will is all good when you have that certain level of consciousness. Free will is beautiful. And if we're going to go by free will, then it has to be free will. Whether or not I take voluntarily this jab or injection or I don't. But you cannot force me to do it and then consider me a criminal. And nor are you supposed to be paying attention to the divisive tactics and strategies of our media, our governments, to divide us one from another. Those of us who contracted to come here, in the words of Ralph Smart, he's one of my favorites. Words of Ralph Smart, we came here to wake your punk ass up. He's right. He is right. Okay? And you, as a son, as a daughter of the divine source that there is, we are the representations of this source on this planet. So how do we sit around and be passive during the time that is called for war? Okay? Now, I'm not telling you to go out into your government systems and cause all types of rebellions and chaos. No. I'm telling you that you can use your voice. You can use your actions. Okay? And for those of us who are warriors, we already know what we're going in for. Okay? I'm going to show you something. This is my baby. And tonight on our full moon, once the moon reaches its apex, I will be sending out a war cry. Do you see this? This is my shofar horn. This is my war horn. Okay? I'm going to put out the call this evening when the full moon is high for the restoration of humanity, of our people. And I'm calling forth on all light forces, light workers, light warriors to join me in this fight. It's what we came here to do. Humanity deserves the opportunity to learn and grow just like any other species in this universe. What we're trying to do is heinous. You can allow for people to choose their poisons and drink it. What you cannot do is force them to drink it. And what we definitely cannot do is sit back and allow them to force us to drink it. So what will you stand for, light warriors and light workers? Focus on the removal of these negative energies in our politicians, in our governments, in our Department of Education, in our World Health Organizations. Everywhere that there is a snake in the grass, speak out against it. You have the power and authority to do so. You have been given it, okay? This is what this whole era is about right now. Learning how to tap in to the divine and waking up your DNA cellular memory so you can know exactly who you are and what it is that you need to do. The time for pacifism is gone. Your livelihoods are being threatened. Your lives are being threatened. The lives of your loved ones are being threatened. If they can't fight for themselves because they don't know what's going on, then damn it, it is our job to do so. And I will be doing it. And it is my hope that you will do it too. The war cry goes out this evening when the full moon hits its apex. I am dead serious that I'm not having it. And I love you people in the UK and France and South Africa. I will be praying for you. I will continually be praying me and our teams, and I'm asking those of you within the sound of my voice to pray for them as well. But keep the United States in mind, because we have a lot of fear going on here, which I don't understand because we're divine beings. What happened to the I am? Why isn't it fixed? I am not trying to be offensive to anyone, but I'm here to fulfill my obligations come hell or high water. And I am here to assist in freeing humanity. I hope that you are here for the same thing. No one has the right to force you to do anything or have your livelihood taken from you. That, my friend, is satanic. And if that implements, then what's coming right behind it is the NWO. Because the world will go into anarchy and chaos. Anytime that there is anarchy, a dictator rises. Learn from your path. Learn from your history. Understand what season you are in, and understand that now it is time to fight, and we are here to do so. Okay? So, schools, politicians, 5G, poisons, masks, jabs, lies, media, control. We are fighting for our freedoms. We're fighting for yours. We are fighting for our lives. I hope you're strong enough. I hope you're strong enough. And for those who did have an issue and go ahead and has taken the jab, we're praying for you too. We're praying for you too. But we're stopping it now so that we can minimize the amount of casualties that they are going to try to implement. Who knows? Maybe we can even reverse some. Your power lies in your ability to think it, speak it, manifest it, and be in alignment with the Creator. Because once you are in alignment, there is no stopping you. Fight for us and fight with us. I am Sophie. I love you all.